Okay, this video is adding and subtracting radicals with unlike radicals. So you're going to have to take what you learned last week about simplifying radicals and then add them together. So if you take a look at this first example, you have 4 square root of 54 plus 2 square root of 24. You can't add those together because those are not like radicals. So we have to make them be like radicals. So if you kind of take a look and remember from last week, the square root of 54 can be broken down. So let's go ahead and do that. You have 9 and 6. And then the 9 breaks down to 3 and 3, and the 6 breaks down to 3 and 2. And then remember, I'm going to circle my pairs. So my pair is 3. And then I'm going to box my single numbers. And I would get square root of 6. Okay, then I'm going to break apart the 24. I'm going to do 4 and 6, 2 and 2, 3 and 2. Circle my pair of 2's and rewrite that. Box the 3 and the 2, and you get square root of 6. So when I come back over here, I'm going to bring the 3 and the 6 back over here. So the square root of 54, let me draw some lines here. The square root of 54 is now 3 square root of 6. But you can't forget about that 4. You have to bring down. Remember, we did that last week. And then the square root of 24 now is 2 square root of 6. But I need to bring down my 2. So let me rewrite that a little bit nicer. So I have 4 times 3 square root of 6 plus 2 times 2 square root of 6. Multiplying the 4 and the 3, you get 12 square root of 6 plus 4 square root of 6. Now, if you notice, these are like radicals. So you are able to add them together, and 12 plus 4 is 16 square root of 6. Okay, if you take a look at this next example, you have the square root of 12 and the square root of 48. So let's break those apart. The square root of 12 breaks down to 4 and 3. The 4 breaks down to 2 and 2. So I'm going to circle my 2's, and I get 2 square root of 3. The 48 breaks down to 8 and 6. 8 breaks down to 4 and 2. 4 breaks down to 2 and 2. 6 breaks down to 3 and 2. So circling my pairs, I have a pair of 2's here, and I have a pair of 2's here. So that makes that 4 square root of 3, because I'm going to box that 3. So if I come over here and rewrite this, I have the 4 out front. Then the square root of 12 now is 2 square root of 3. And I have my 6. The square root of 48 is now 4 square root of 3. So when I multiply the numbers on the outside, 4 times 2 is 8 square root of 3. Minus 6 times 4 is 24 square root of 3. Now I have like radicals. So 8 minus 24 is negative 16 square root of 3. Okay, the next one, I've got 3 of them now. So we want to break apart 27. And that goes down to 9 and 3. 9 goes down to 3 and 3. So circle my pair, box my single. You get 3 square root of 3. The 12 we just did, but I'll do it again. We have 4 and 3, 2 and 2, circle the 2's, box the 3. So I get 2 square root of 3. And then the 75, we can do 25 and 3. 25 goes down to 5 and 5. Circle the 5's, box of 3. You get 5 square root of 3. Okay, so rewriting all of these radicals with this and putting in with the numbers on the outside. You get 6 times 3 square root of 3 plus 8 times 2 square root of 3 plus 2 times 5 square root of 3. And you get 18 square root of 3 plus 16 square root of 3 plus 10 square root of 3. Now the square root of 3's are all alike, so you can add those together. So 18 plus 16 plus 10 is 44 square root of 3. Okay, I think this is my last one. Okay, so breaking apart 45, you've got 9 and 5. 9 goes down to 3 and 3. Circle my 3's, box my 5, so I should have 3 square root of 5. Okay, then I have 20. Goes down to 4 and 5. 2 and 2. Circle my 2's, box my 5, I get 2 square root of 5. Then 245. Thinking about what goes into 245, I can think of 5. So 5 times 49 is 245. The 49 can then go down to 7 and 7. And then if I take a look, I circle my 7's, I box my 5's, and I have 7 square root of 5. Okay, so coming over here to rewrite this, you get 3 times square root of 45 is now 3 square root of 5 plus 2 square root of 5 minus 7 square root of 5. So you end up getting 9 square root of 5 plus 2 square root of 5 minus 7 square root of 5. Square root of 5 now is all like, so add the numbers on the outside. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 minus 7 is 4 square root of 5. Okay, so that's basically all you have to do. You just have to make sure you got to do the extra work to break the numbers apart. And then you can put them back in and add like terms together.